Furia. We'll start with the questions from the room, then we go to the Discord.
Hey guys, I'm Bruce from Ilha das Lendas. My question is to anyone. We saw today the game was pretty bad for you guys, and someone of you guys can tell me the big difference between Brazil and NA now? The level of the competition, please.
I mean, I don't know about the level of Brazil as a whole, but I think Fura is a pretty good team. I think they play aggressive and they play their champs well. I think today we weren't our best, but yeah, they're for sure a strong team, and they showed it today. So.
Anyone want to?
Yeah, it's hard to speak for the level of the region of these games alone. We don't watch that many games of them, but I think Brazil is very aggressive in the early game, and they play their own style and play it well. So for example, Yasuo, no one in the NA would play that, so they're very different, very aggressive in the early game. They go for ganks and plays we don't expect, so they have that going for them. I think that it showed today.
Thank you guys.
Hi, I'm Juliana from Agent, and I was wondering how was your preparation for this game today? The question is for anyone.
Well, I can't speak for everyone, but I'll speak for myself. I think I just watched the two latest Furia matches versus Los and versus the Red Knits, and I watched those two series by myself and with my positional coach Vega, and just talked about them. And yeah, I mean they kind of did a lot of what we expected. They're very aggressive early. They group a lot and they like to group and fight. So nothing was too surprising. I think their lanes just went a bit too well for them, and they had two easy executions of comps. We had to play we had to play bait Malphite alls and then let a zero split push top or something, and then that's a kind of difficult way to play the game. First they're engaged just any one of them gets a flash engage, you can just go. But that was my preparation going into the series.
Now we'll go to some questions of the Discord. We'll start with Cloud. You can ask your question. Sorry, I think we have some technical difficulties. I'll just ask your question that you sent. His question is, were you expecting the Yasuo Rakan bot lane in game 2?
No. We were not expecting it.
Okay. Anyone else? Chime in?
Pretty straightforward.
Next question is from Mariana from Exit Black News. She says, you didn't have much time to prepare for today's series, considering the LCS finals and travel to Brazil. Do you think this may have impacted your performance in the series?
I don't think it helped that we had to travel the day after we lost to Lion, but I don't think it's why we lost either. I think we just played poorly. I personally don't feel like jet lag or being tired is why we lost, but it didn't, help. So maybe a little bit, but not really.
I mean, it definitely just only has negative effects. We played our finals, then the next morning we fly 14, 15, 16 hours, whatever it is, to come down here. So it wasn't the easiest mode of transportation, just because we lost finals. Everyone accordingly is just very upset that we lost finals, and the right next day we have to travel. But we did have a day to reset. I feel not 100%, but at least a little bit reset. I agree with Sven. It shouldn't be the reason that we come away and be we lost because of jet or whatever. But there's very little turnaround from LCS finals, so it definitely does put us at a small disadvantage.
Next question to Zven from Sergio from Esports. Fura isn't a new team for you guys. Considering you faced them at last year's EWC, what do they do that usually makes it difficult for them to play against you?
I don't think they do one thing in specific that is hard for us to play against. I think they just play well. They're aggressive and they're strong mechanically and they're very decisive when they're ahead, especially. So we're used to playing a slower game, a more methodic game, and they also play some champions that we haven't played against before. For example, like this Yasuo, Malphite, and team comp. So they have some surprise and they're very good at playing their style. But I don't think that they're just doing, besides the champions that are very different, I think they just do well against us. And they're, like we said, aggressive and mechanically strong.
Next question from Faladori, for whoever feels comfortable. The team arrived this week in Brazil. How did C9 practice to Américas Cup?
We did not have time.
We have a couple more questions. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so we were preparing for Lion practice on Sunday, and then Monday morning we were flying, so we didn't have time to prepare. So most of the preparation was just our coaches telling us they tend to play these champions, they tend to ban these champions, they don't play this one, they play this way, that way, and then we're just like, okay, so we'll draft around this. That's most of our preparation. Just our coaches watching their series and talking to the players about each role's tendencies, like their AD carry loves to play Nara, their mid lane likes to play this, he doesn't play that champion, these kind of things. That's most of our preparation.
Next question from Luis Choltana from Chip Esports Brazil. To Zven also. His first question, I have to work today. What was the biggest challenge in playing this Yasuo Hakuna matchup?
Against Yasuo, he always plays like exhaust usually, so he has a strong all-in that you just gotta avoid. The most important thing is that you freeze the wave in front of your tower so you can't all-in you, and then when your wave is pushing towards them, that you crash it with jungle if you need to, so that they can't, fight you 2v2 and all-in you with exhaust advantage. We didn't do that in today's game. We died around level 5 timing, and it was very bad because Malphite gets first rate before he's level 6, so that was something that we screwed up today.
And here's a follow-up question, considering this draft. Did you ever consider playing Varus in the top lane to avoid this matchup?
I can't disclose any draft information, sorry.
Last question from Paul from Inside Esports, for anyone who wants to answer. You had a moment to reset after the LCS, but how much does that mental carryover from Sunday to the LCS final impact today's play?
I mean, we were able to use the flight to reset. It was quite a bit of time. It's long travel, so I don't think any of us were particularly tilted. I think we're definitely not like as confident as we were during the regular season because we took a hit and we were like somewhat fatigued from a long week. But yeah, like the other said, I think it's no excuse for how bad we played today. And yeah, I don't think any of us are tilted. Maybe we were just a little bit fatigued from such a long and tough week, I guess.
And follow-up question, what team-based adjustments can be made on your guys' end to get back on track overall?
I mean, I think it's a couple of things. It's hard to point to one thing. I think first of all, with time, things will get better. This fatigue will go away if we can rest for a little bit. And for the play style or like the gameplay side, I think we just need to be calmer on stage. Look at their champions, look at our champions, decide how we want to play from there, and play smarter in general. Just knowing what fight we have to take, what fight we should avoid, knowing our timers, knowing when's their timers, stuff like that. I think we need to be a lot better at. And yeah, if we can have some downtime to reset and then go into scrims with, we know we're not the GOATs anymore. We never thought that we were the GOATs, but now we got, stomped twice in a row. So yeah, we need to focus and practice and get better.
Last question, guys, for you, EP. And who do you think is the best player from Furia and why?
I think it's hard to say from today's series. I think like from the VODs I watched, it looks like Tatu, their jungler, was their best player. But like from today's series, they all 5 like just played better. So it's hard to point out and be like, oh, this guy is the reason they won when they had everyone winning everywhere. But from like my VOD watching and like from experiencing like last year, I feel like it's Tatu. But like my knowledge of Brazil is a lot less than probably all you guys. You guys probably watch a lot more Brazil League than I do.
That was our last question. Thank you so much, guys.
See you.